Welcome to this overview of Eagle Island State Park, in particular the cross-country course at this location. This was purchased by the state of Idaho in 1929 and used as a penitentiary until 1977. It's now a state park and also the home of an excellent cross-country course that's used by Bob Furman Cross-Country Championships, as well as a Nike regional for the Northwest, their championships as well as collegiate races, occasionally like the Mountain West Conference and others that run there. I'll give an overview of the 5K course first. There are 2 laps. You can see the first mile, the second mile, and then that hairpin turn right at mile 3 and on to the finish. We'll start off with just the starting line. It's an open field. You can see plenty of room to get out and not get boxed in. Those separators there along the way with those flags just to keep you in those lanes. And then immediately you take a left-hand turn and then come back into this loop. This loop is done twice and it's a mixture of gravel trails. There is a beach and then grass and then finally back to the fields for the finish. Now you can see it goes around this lake that's split between the north and south fork of the Boise River. So this is it's probably a great place for a penitentiary. Rivers on both sides of it, but now as a park, it's just a beautiful area with a lot of wildlife. I'm going to go down on some of the trails here, just view from above. You can see the dirt trails, about 5 miles of trails throughout this state park, but just this about 1.5 mile loop that's used for the cross-country course. And then you take a loop right here at the end and then head down to the finish off to the right. So you can see the finish tents there with the Furman XC right above it and the finish clock, as you have plenty of space to go down toward the finish. The ground is a little uneven there in the finish and the start area. Now here's the 3K course. Now this is just one loop with a little additional part, dog leg, right there at the finish line. So we'll go through this course as well. Again, start off in the fields, and it's basically the same as the 5K course with just that a little additional part right at the end. Now, one of the nice things about just being one loop, especially for the younger athletes, it's not as confusing about do I take this direction or that direction based on which lap, but it's just one lap around. And there you can see the 1 mile mark is about right on the beach. When you about halfway through the beach section, you have the mile split, and then back onto the grass, and then back onto some dirt trails and back to the field for the finish. So we'll go ahead and just start this course again. You can see a group running there right at the angle where they cut in. A little bit of a worn path here. You'll notice the lead vehicle, when it's going, it kicks up a lot of dust, especially right in this area where I'm showing there's the zip line there, and then a little beyond that are the dirt trails. And when it hasn't rained in a little bit, there's quite a bit of dust in the air from the lead vehicle, but also just from the pack kicking up that dust. And then once you get back to the beach and to the grass, there's really very little dust. But just overall, just a very wide variety of running surfaces here. And you'll see from the comments later on, at first the athletes were very focused on the negative aspects of the course and the race. And then after the race, how that's changed. So just notice that in these comments, you'll see just a change after they've actually run on it, how much they enjoyed the course, and how much of a challenge it was with that big hill right in the middle. So here's the finish, and then I'll take you over to the spectator area. It's an okay spectator course. They've shut off some of the areas that used to be accessible for spectators to go, just so you're not crossing the course, but all of the spectators pretty much stay in this area. And you can see some pavilions, very large trees when it's hot, plenty of shade. The awards are given out at that pavilion over there on the left. Plenty of places for team tents and bringing in food or other things for the athletes. So overall, great facilities. Now let's hear from the athletes.
You guys excited for today? What's the course like? Tell me about the course.
Stop throwing bumpy.
Bumpy?
Bumpy. I'm gonna like roll my ankle or something.
Oh no, I hope not. Okay, what's the course like, Clara?
Hilly.
Hilly? There's one big hill, huh? Everything else is pretty flat.
Yep.
Levi, what about you?
Oh no, it seems like a pretty good course. I'm excited.
Pretty good course. Does it look fast?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a beach too. Are you looking forward to the beach?
Yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to it.
Susan, what was that? Okay, starting words right before. Susan, what's the course like?
Hard. Very hard.
Very hard. What's the hardest part of the course?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, Charlie, what do you think about the course?
It's good. I like your
Good,
attitude
yes.
when you know about flies.
Good, okay. Angie, what do you think about the course?
It's gonna be hard.
Okay, it's gonna be a hard course. You're gonna go a little bit fast, and then you're gonna get back. Okay.
Cross-country championships. Let's give these 6 meters round.
10 years from today, we always say how we remember when we pack our bags and we climb to the top just to watch the sunrise. We catch our breath with every heavy step, all the stories we would tell, all the memories I've kept, and we listen to Ben Howard and watch the sunrise. Whoa. But I always have those moments in the mountains, oh, all the wonders that I saw, all the stories that were told when I traveled so damn far to find myself lost. These moments in the mountains, they will call me home. Oh, we talk all about all our dreams and doubts, and we reminisce on all the fear we pushed out. We got older and bolder, decided to just move on. Oh, I'm gone. But I always have those moments in the mountains, oh, all the wonders that I saw, all the stories that were told when I traveled so damn far and I find myself lost. Moments in the mountains, they will call me home.
Dixie taking it out hard. Last year's overall champion, this year first place girl, and leader for the first place Roadrunners. Tell me about it today.
This is like my favorite course. It was really fun to just go out and compete again.
Anything today.
Yeah, it's just so amazing. I love
Okay,
it.
well, good job today.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Angie, fourth place overall, third place for the girls, right there with all the Roadrunners in that big pack. Tell me about the course today and your experience.
It was good. The uphill wasn't really that bad, but I was sticking near to Susan, and me and Susan dominated, and definitely a lot of people together.
What did it feel like to be with such a strong team? You guys took 1, 2, 3, 4.
It feels good because I feel like that I actually is a good team.
Wow. Okay, well, good job today, Angie.
Thank you.
Hi, Clara, and one of those 1, 2, 3, 4 runners. Tell me about it. Tell me about the experience today.
It was a really fun course.
Yeah, really fun. What was fun about it?
I like that you got to run on the beach, and you also it was like different.
Different parts everywhere, huh? Was it hard at the end? Really hard. Okay, it looked gutsy at the end. You all 4 of you coming down to the end. Did you feel like that straightaway at the end was way too long?
Yes.
Okay, well, good job. Now you're celebrating with what?
Food.
Food. Okay, and backpacks. What'd you get? Let me see the backpack. Ooh, backpacks. Those are nice. You guys like them?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Susan, second place girl overall, second place for the Roadrunners, and a first place team finish. Tell me about your experience today out there on the course.
Oh, it's a really good course. A lot of different things to run around. On that, when you're going out to the beach, I knew that there was a ledge there from last year because I like twisted my ankle on it. But you just never have the right footing, I feel like. So that was tough. And then over when we were going somewhere over there, I slipped on sand. It wasn't at the beach though. So that was tough. The ending where you had to like turn around and then you had to come over and finish. That was really hard. And a little bit disappointed that I didn't catch Oakley, but I'm really glad that I could get
You were
a medal.
reeling her in at the end. That was so fun to watch you guys all run together. There's a big road runner path. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the girls, and a first place overall finish with a total of 40 points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
As you can see, after the race, the comments were very positive about the course, the variety, the challenge before the race, maybe a few nerves. They focus on the big hills and some of the negative aspects of the course. One of the other things that you'll notice with this is you want to arrive early. There's one lane coming in and one lane going out. The parking, there's plenty of space for parking, but getting in and getting out of the park can take a little while. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the course.